Hello, everyone. Today is February 6th, 2025. This is the Kubernetes storage SIG meeting. So today we're going to go over 1.33 planning spreadsheet. And so today actually is the PRR freeze. So if you are targeting a feature for this release, make sure you fill out the PRR section. So that's that line for this week. And then next week, next Thursday is the enhancement freeze. That means the cap has to be merged by that day. All right, so let's go over the spreadsheet. Okay, so we have the first two we crossed out. Next one, volume health, considering moving to beta. So we are not moving to beta. We are having some discussions. So I'm working on putting together a doc, writing down the discussions that we have made so far. And the next one is change block tracking. I don't know if there are anyone from the CPT team that so we actually just cut for the first release 0.1 release. So this feature is moving to alpha in 1.33. Ben, are there anything else you want to add for this?
Sorry, this is on the CBT one?
Right. So we cut the first release 0.1.
I mean, unless we want to reprise our discussion about changed file tracking with this audience, I can't think of anything that was new to share.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, if there are anyone who are interested in that one, we can continue discussions in the data protection working group.
Yeah, just in 30 seconds, some engineers from Ceph showed up to the CSI group and suggested they were interested in changed file tracking as an extension to change block tracking. And we're open to the idea. It was something that was discussed way back at the beginning. But we decided change block tracking was a better starting place. But now that it's in pretty good shape, if people want to show up and start doing the extensions, the data protection working group is the right place to forward that work.
Thanks, Ben. Okay, so the next one is enable privileged containers for Windows to replace CSI proxy. Are there any update here?
Hi, can you folks hear me?
Hi, yes.
Yeah. So an update for this, the Alibaba folks reached out. They let us know that they deprioritized this work, so it looks like they won't be implementing this anytime soon.
Oh, okay. In their driver, you mean?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Uh, so right now it is alpha, right? We're basically talking about whether this can go beta or not in 1.33. That's right?
Yeah, that's right. I think given that Alibaba told us, it sounds like we might have to stay in alpha for the current release. No change. We are still interested in having the feature itself move to beta, but I think we need at least one other storage provider to kind of support this. So, if there are folks who are interested in having this feature move to beta, we would love to hear from them.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, we are also interested in this one, but I also am not sure the timeline. So, all right. Thanks for the update. The next one, secure Linux labeling using mount options. Yang?
So I have a cap update open. I got a GTM from Hemant. I got some feedback from PRR Shadow, and I asked for PRR yesterday.
Okay. Also, this one should be, we should change this to started and started then.
Sure, thanks.
Okay, thank you. Next one is volume attributes class. Sunny, you want to give an update?
Yeah, so the discussion yesterday was that, like, for quota change, it should sit in at least one release. So, like, it's basically impossible to make it to Windows 33. We started the quota discussion after the Windows 32 was released. So right now, this one will be pushed to Windows 34.
Okay, thank you. So, okay, so we have this here, stay in beta. All right. Right, so I think so in this release, we just try to make sure all the changes are in, and then we have like one release of soak time, and then next release we can move it to GA. Okay, the next one is a CSS sidecar all in one. Do we have any update? This one is, I think it's design.
Yeah, I think both Mauricio and Connor have been either busy with other items or not been in great health. So we haven't really had a lot of opportunity to do work on this in the last few weeks.
Okay.
I expect to make some more progress in the coming few weeks, but as of now, we don't have anything new to share. So
Okay, thank you. And the next items remove Git repo entry plugin. So the first one is the announcement. Second one is the cap change, the code change. This one, I see the cap has been merged. Yeah, if anyone else has any more update, please speak out. The next one is mutable CSI node allocatable property. Eddie?
Yeah, so this cap was approved by Michelle last week, and I just published a PR with Rev1 to start collecting feedback.
Oh, this is not merged yet? Somehow I thought it's merged.
Yeah, the cap is merged.
Oh, okay. But you
I meant for the implementation, I just published Rev1. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the PR. Okay. All right. Thank you. Next one is cozy overall move to V1 Alpha 1. So this is still ongoing, and meet. Okay, yeah. So this is still basically in progress. So this is outer tree, so not really strictly tied with 133 release, but it is in progress. The team is working on V1 Alpha 2. Next one is storage capacity scoring. So I think the author, Yuma, he is updating the cap. The PRR is already approved, I believe, and we approved the earlier version. It's just there are some recent discussions combining this feature with previous Alpha feature storage capacity priority. So he's working on updating the cap. Also, I think the release team pointed out he needs to update his cap with the newer template. So he's working on that, working on updating cap. New template. and priority storage. The priority. Let's working on that. And next one is volume populated data source.
Yeah, so this one, the SIG API approved, but like the pre-submit is still falling for the verify. But I think we only need to merge just before code freeze.
Right.
Yeah, so I will just take a look before code freeze and pin you again.
Okay. Thanks for the update. Next one, CSM migration port works. So this one, also the cap, actually the cap and code change doc are all merged, but there is a message from the release team saying that they need to update to the latest template. So the cap template gets updated probably for every release. So sometimes we missed some of the latest update. Code doc merged. So Anki is working on this. Okay, the next one, always owner reclaim policy is Calorie here. Okay, so
I think he may still be on vacation.
I think it's back. I see some updates in PRs, I believe. Yeah, I thought it's maybe until yesterday, but I have seen some updates from him. So
Okay.
maybe he's back, not sure. Um, mm, so I think he's still working on the update. There were some comments from, okay, so it's from there's some comments from the PR reviewer, and there were also some comments maybe from the release team. So the next one is integrate CSI limits with autoscaler. Hemang, is there any update?
I'm still reading the code and going through all the stuff of autoscaler, so I don't have this design. I'm working on it.
Okay. Okay, thank you. And then the last one is kubelet identity desired state of word populator. Do we have a graph here? Okay, maybe not. So Hema, I see that you started to review this.
Yeah. It looks okay. And there's a PR already that has the implementation, so
Okay. So we can look at that.
that makes it easier to consider, like the backward compatibility and all this.
Mhm.
And we need someone from Node team to review this as well, because
Right.
the gRPC events that are using, like I just like I don't know, we have not used even so far in any of our components, so I'm not super familiar with if those
Okay.
events are reliable or not.
Okay, so we'll pin them. I see that he has someone from Node in the reviewer list, approval list. So, but yeah, I haven't seen any reviews from them yet. But I only see the PRR review looks like they approved it pretty early.
Yeah, the PRR review is approved, that's true. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
Oh, another thing I noticed, it's actually he marked this as provisional, but I think if we want to implement this as alpha, it needs to be implementable, right? So provisional looks a little weird. Provisional sounds like you're not ready to implement it yet. So I think you probably should change that if you really want to target alpha in this release.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, all right. All right, so those are everything we have in the spreadsheet. Let's see, are there, okay, so it looks like we don't have any other topics added today. So are there anything else folks want to discuss today?
Just a quick question, Xing, regarding the volume health monitoring piece, I guess. So just
House.
wanted to understand if you've had any further discussions or thoughts regarding how you see this feature being used within the Kubernetes framework. We've been thinking about it internally as well, and would love to understand how you folks are thinking about it and potentially collaborate on that.
Okay, yeah, that'll be so. So I mean to write down so we had some discussions kind of here and there. So I'm supposed to write it down. I
If
think
you want, we
yeah.
can try to put together something from our side in terms of what would make sense here,
Mhm.
and just based on
Sure.
the
That would be good
individual.
too. Yeah, you can maybe start something. So I will just summarize what we have been discussed so far, then we can combine them later. That also be good, right? So I'd love
Okay.
to hear your use cases. Like
Yeah. Exactly.
how you
I think
approach it. Yeah.
there is some interest in this capability
Hmm.
from customers. So,
Oh, okay, awesome.
would definitely like to make sure that, whatever we end up building is robust enough to handle all of that. So, okay. So I think, I mean, I don't have a specific timeline in mind yet, but we can certainly kick off the discussion and see what makes sense from that point.
That'd be great. Yeah. Thank you for helping with this.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Okay, so if there are no more topics, then we are done for today. So you get some time back.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks,
Thank you,
everyone.
Shane.
Bye.
Thank you.